do pencil shading from a grayscale image. This is a grayscale image which I painted beforehand. See, here you'll find the direction of the lines will be in this direction. Okay, and slowly you'll find they will straighten out a little bit. Now here this portion you'll find they got almost straightened, so that means the eyesight is somewhere at this line. Okay, and so I keep doing these lines like this. Okay, let's keep doing these lines to obtain the basic shape of the container. Okay, this is a roundish container. Okay, so here also if you see there is a little bit of darkness here. Okay, because there is a curve like this and light is falling here, so that's why this portion has become a little bit darker. So again, let us maintain this light area without doing anything on it. Instead of erasing later, it is always better that you leave those areas like this. Okay, and then same here. In case if you happen to go inside, like here it is still here, it has come inside, so you can take a eraser in the first go itself, because see this shading is the first step. So here we have not made it very dark, so to erase this it is very easy. And see, I'm not erasing in this manner, I'm just trying to lift the portion where the pigment has come more. Okay, so like this, and see this side there is not much of a highlight, so we can then go about the lines. I mean these lines can meet, and here you'll find that the lines start getting curved in the opposite direction like this. Okay, so I have taken purposely a container like this where you'll get an idea as to when the lines or rather the container is top or okay. So here again it is below your eyes, so here you'll find all the lines in this curved direction like this, not the opposite direction. Like, you just build it up like this. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to do a mesh. Okay, by doing more number of lines. See, this is how we get a very nice shade of color. And again, we are not using any different pigment pencils, meaning to say that 2H pencil or a 2B pencil, and then for the darker colors 4B pencil like that. No, I am only doing this is a simple extra dark pencil which I am using, but I am keeping and adding pigment to the existing lines. Wherever it is dark, see, I'm now increasing the pressure here. Okay, so like this. So now see, roughly I have obtained this portions, and then say this portion which is there. See, so now this is the curved portion here like this. So where it is very dark, you can just do more number of lines like this. See, at this portion. Okay, more number of lines. So you get a very nice dark portion like this. It's almost like that doing with a different grade pencil, that is 2B, 4B like this. So now I'm just turning the book a little bit. Okay, and then now I've started to add more darker color to the sides. But see, it is along these lines, see, like this. So when we do this meshing work of lines where it is dark and light, like that. See, these lines are like this, and then these lines are the opposite, or say it's giving that not opposite, sorry, it's like giving the whole container a circular shape. So here see the line meshing, because of that the darkness has started coming to the dark portion. So I can keep adding more pigment, more do it more number of times at these portions, so that we get a very nice dark where we have did this portion like this in the opposite direction. Okay, like this. So see, when we are doing this mesh, this is these lines and then these lines, and slowly changing direction like this. Okay, like this. So Here at the edge it is much darker and then it becomes little lighter. Okay, like this. Move in this direction like this, like this, like this, and these lines will be like this. So slowly, slowly, you will find that the tone is building up, and then when this meshing of lines happen, you will find a very nice color compared to the shading work which we do with different grade of pencils. Let us see. Here it is along the line. It's a simple extra dark pencil. Okay, so I'll go very slowly along this line, along this line. So you'll see, so see that though we are not, trying to achieve that darkness, but with this pencil, how much dark we can get is what we are doing. Okay, so darkness. This portion. I'm just using more pigment now. Doing this line, then you can just turn it a little bit, okay, and then along this line as much of pressure. Okay, so when we are doing these lines, see, I'm not applying pressure, I'm doing longer strokes, okay, like this, okay, and again I'm not doing any outline. Okay, so see here, this portion it is there, okay, so like this, okay. And then a little curve in the opposite direction, like this, okay, to obtain the grade of color, or rather the shading of it is there. So if you see here, it has got a very nice dark shade as what is this here. Okay, so same thing is what is here. It is here, right? Okay, so I'm sorry, little bit of this on outside. Okay, so I think we are almost through with this pencil shading. We can keep doing this, okay? And then at the center, see, I'm just adding more number of lines to it, okay, like this, okay, okay, like this. So create, then again, just to obtain the direction, like this. And then just turn it a little bit, and then a little bit of vertical line, like straight at the center. See, and then the edge I'm just blending it out. So again, here if it is dark, so I mean, how by doing this type of pencil shading, you'll find that once we mesh lines, okay, more number of lines, okay, and then give them both vertical and horizontal curve direction, you'll find the exact shape gets better. Okay, so here you'll see it will be almost straighter, and then when you're coming here, it will be in the opposite direction like this. The center will be almost straight, 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 almost straight. Okay, and then slowly, slowly curving, then again curving like this. Then, okay, like this. And then I can just turn it like this and see this portion. So I can just do a little bit of Okay, and then a little bit of see. So now that there's a line which has got developed here, okay, which is not very much. Okay, I try to use whatever is easily available, and with that, what excellent effects we can achieve. But then those are the erasers which are there in the market for you to buy and use them. See how best you can use them. Okay, so let's mesh it up a little bit nicely. Okay, before we end this pencil shading part, because the next part we have to go to the pine spray. Sorry, I'm sorry, the burnt umber part. It's earth color, burnt umber. Okay, so you see now we have got a very nice shaded portion like this. Okay, and then now I can do a little to and fro motion just to blend the edges like this here. What shape I'm getting like that. Right? So I can do a little bit of blending here like this and here also like this here. So I think here this side is a bit more darker. Here also it is a bit more dark. This portions. I can just increase the number of lines like this. So okay, like this. And then we'll do some colored pencils work also. That time you'll see these lines help to really build up a very strong pigment at a place where it is dark. Okay, here we are just this is the first topic in my series on pencil shading. So you have to practice this. Okay. So instead of say suppose you don't do this type of darkening, this is not correct or this type of darkening. No, you should use darkening like this. See, more number of times, more number. So you get a very nice grade of surface and fun. So like this. Okay, so I think we are almost okay with that. Wherever the highlights are there, I think we have got those highlights in place. Okay, so say maybe somewhere here and there you can always keep doing so that you'll see in my final thumbnail where because see we'll need a little more time okay to do this. So I'll do okay. So yes, okay, yes. So I think this, let me just adjust the position. Okay, now let me take one number file. Okay, so one number with a little water and nothing else. Okay, okay, and then see like this one. They are very nice, rich pigments. These ones, I think is it visible to you? It's like this. I can explain it. Okay, yeah. So I'll just wet the surface fully with water, okay, and then just a little bit smear of water. For and when I'm applying the water, see, I'm doing a directional wetting. You can see so that now here we establish the direction. Okay. So here it is like this, so like this. Here it is in this direction. Here it is in this direction. In the center is in the center direction, center, and then it crosses over the other side. You'll find so I'm doing from the right side. Okay. So like this. Same time, you can just take some water with a smaller brush and just smoothen these edges because otherwise you'll find even after application the small things do matter when you do a nice tonal great painting where there should be no line formation as such. Okay, so I turn it again and then on the other side also I apply it like this. Lift that portion so it lightens up. So wherever by mistake also suppose if you have put a little bit of pigment, you should just clean it up immediately. Okay. So just a little bit darker because see here it is darker than this. Yes, I put that color like this. Yeah. Okay, and then okay, then like this, then like this. Okay, then you can put a little darker color. You can just to spread that. Yeah, I hope you're understanding this the way I'm progressing with the coloring. Okay, so this is how we can get the darker. So this is the second tone which I'm doing. This was a much lighter tone. This is a second tone. Okay, and now this is the third tone. Okay, so like this. So after some time, when it tries a little bit lighter. So you'll not find this type of darkness here. Okay. So that is one. But you can just switch the color back so that to the darker area. Okay, like this, and then get now I'll go for the third tone. Okay, here also if you see a much darker color is there than what we have in this way we can do this little bit turning like this. Okay, and then just add pigment and then again put it up like this here. Okay, and get a little bit of shaping up here. So you can do a little bit of light. Okay. In case if you have overdid with the color, okay, you can just put some water. Like, say suppose if I find that it is very dark here compared to this, then I can just put some water and then pull this color either to the plate or you can just take a tissue, okay, put water here and then lift up the page, which is something like extra there. Okay, so again, let us see. Here it is a bit darker here, like this one. So we'll put that what the tone building has been done there. The same thing should happen for this also with this color. So when we take a black and white image, uh, it looks similar. So here also we can just do the same thing. I think this portion it is a bit darker there. Okay, so I can put some more pigment like this. Take some raw pigment, okay, and then apply here on the on this side. Okay, so and then with this brush, you can just keep pushing it like this. work. Okay, then how did we get yes, I think it's here a little bit more inside. Okay, and feeling of this color. Okay, so now you'll see these three images, they almost look similar, and you'll find that maybe here, just one. Here I think it is darker here. Okay, let me put this. Sorry, before I summarize, I'll just finish this particular part. Okay. Yeah, that's it. I think maybe a little bit darker here, a little bit darker here, and then a little bit of blending work. There it is. I never leave any edges because on any surfaces, edges on the surface. So I'm just smooth on the outside. Okay. So now you must have understood as to how we have did say pencil shading of this grayscale image, and how we have did the color. Do share this topic with your friends. It will be of great help to them also. Okay. Thank you very much.